Hey everybody, Joe from Britical Saiyans here. Today I'm going to be showing you an updated Bardock Xeno because thanks to the anniversary we actually got support. So it's got two opponents to begin with, so you reduce the combo cost by 1 and negate energy exhaust of all black multicolored cards with SS4 in their name. And then its other opponent is for each colour in your battle area and energy against 2k. So that way, because you start on the base 5, you can go up the numbers. When it attacks, you look at top 5 for a SS4 or black Super Saiyan 4 card and add it to your hand. And then when you're on 3 or less, or you have 4 more colours in your battle area and energy, you draw 2 and awaken. So on this side it keeps permanent of reducing combo costs and negating the energy exhaust. And then it's got auto, you resolve the effects below according to the number of non-black colours present among the black multicolours in your energy and battle area. So if you have 2 or more, this gains 5k and you switch one of your opponent's battle cards to rest. If you have 3 or more, you get an energy back at the end of turn. And then 4 or more, you draw a card and then you remove a marker from your opponent's unison. There's some cards in here that work around your opponent's unisons. They're not as useful anymore because unisons aren't as popular anymore. So that's kind of fun. And we do actually have a Z deck for us now. So to start with, we got a copy of our first Kamehameha Mighty Blast. So it's a 1-1. Active battle, you place one Z engine in the drop, moves from the game. Place up to 3 black cards from your warp in your drop, then give one of your cards 10k for the battle. The secondary one is also active battle if you leave black and you place 3 Z engine in the drop and move us from the game. Choose one of your cards that gets 10k for each 10k for the battle, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less and send it to the warp. So, like all the other Mighty Splash, you've got a straight 10k buff, or you have a secondary effect that sends 3 ZNG to get more out of it. And then our only Z battle card is 4 copies of the Goku and Vegeta. So this card has basically made the deck a whole lot easier to play. It's got Deflect, 16k permanent. If there are 3 or more non-black cards in your energy, you can play this without paying green, so you don't have to have green in there to play it out. It's got Auto, when this is played, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost of 3 or less, ignoring barrier and KO it. So a nice little bit of board removal. And the main reason you want this at 4 is you've got active main at 1 if the leader is Bardock Xeno and removes cards from the game. During that turn, the next time you use the active main to play a Gogeta Xeno that is a mono black of cost 10 or multicolor of cost 8, you reduce the skill cost by 3. So in this deck it's just this one. It's got an active main where you pay 3, but this card basically just goes, yeah, play them out using the active main, don't even have to pay the cost. So this card very much helped the deck. Going into the main deck, we do have a unison, which is also our secret rare. So we have Vegeta, Warrior from Another Dimension. I don't have the Vermilion Saiyans, we didn't get it from that set, but this one works out just fine anyway. So it's got Ultimate Double Strike, opponent can't attack unless if it has 3 or less markers, 25k power. It's got +1 active main, place X amount of energy to a drop. If you do, place cards from your drop into your energy and rest mode. So it comes in handy because you've got things like this Gohan. All the prismatic ages have a effect when they're played or placed in your energy area, so it lets you recycle those skills. And then it's got a +0 active main, paying a red, blue, green and yellow. You draw 3 cards, it gains 15 power and triple attack for the turn, and your opponent can only activate a counter skill 1 more time that turn. So if they haven't played counter, they get 1. If they've played 1, they get an additional 1. But most of the time you just try and do it so that they have only 1 counter for the turn. And yeah, it's just a nice pressure unit and it works out in the deck, so why not? So our extra cards, we've got 3 copies of Sensu Bean. So active battle, opponent's turn, you give card 5k for a turn and get 2 energy back. Very straightforward. And then we have 2 copies of our blocker negate. So if you're mono black, negate the attack. Well, if it leaves mono black, negate, play a Demon Realm token that's a blocker, and you can use it as a 5k combo. And if from 5 or less, you can activate it by removing a card, or taking a life. So, but we only run the 2 because there's other counter attacks and space. So going to the battle cards, we have 2 copies of our 1-drop Master Roshi. So this card is, you choose a mod card, NG, return to your hand. When you come with this card, you place the card from your hand in your NG and rest mode. So it just lets you swap an NG out. You could use it to swap a Prismatic Aegis and replay it to regain the effect. Or just get something back that you want to play later on. So that's our 1 cost. Our 2 costs, which is the vast majority of the deck. Yeah, that much of the deck is 2 costs. To start with, we have our super combo. It's the Super Saiyan Goku. Well, Goku Xeno. That's just, if you're on 4 less, draw a card. I did have Supreme Kai in here, but because she's limit 1 and her effect is a little annoying to play, I was just like, you know what, don't really care about it. It's basically doing the same thing as this, but I draw a card on 4 less. So I may as well just bump this up to 4. And it's made like no difference whatsoever. We have 2 copies of Bardock Prismatic Burst. So I'm not going to bother saying energy exhaust on all these multi-card cards. You know multi-card has that. So counterplay, you play this, and if the card being played is 20 or less power, it's placed in the drop. And permanent, if you have 2 or more black multi-card energy, you may add a card from your life to your hand when activating this counter skill from your hand. If you do, you reduce the cost by 1 black. So you just tap red, and then yeah, it's just counterplay, but reduce the number because there's a lot of things now that have to fight, so it gets around this playing. We have 2 copies of our new Bardock, Prismatic Radiance. So he's got barrier 16k, active main, revolves around the Vermilion Saiyans, so it just lets you use the active main skill of the Vermilion Saiyans. But I don't have it, so that part doesn't matter. He's got secondary active main at 1. If the leader is Bardock Xeno and you switch this to rest mode, you choose one of your battle cards with Super Saiyan performance name against dual attack for turn. So you can just pick any of them. None of them have dual attack already, so then you just give it a dual attack. But that's why we run 2 as well, because without the Vermilion Saiyans it's not as useful. So it's a nice slow number where we can see it and use it if we want to. And next we've got 4 copies of the Prismatic Aegis Gohan. I've kept the greens, like the green mod card ones, to 4 because they are only green cards. Because the battle card's the green one. So it's got double strike, auto if you use Bardock Xeno and you have a black mod card in your NG other than this card. When it's played from your hand or placed in your energy, you remove a marker from your opponent's unison that has 3 or more markers. Whoop-de-doo. Unison targeting. And there's autos. When it's played from your hand, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost 4 or less, and send it to the owner's warp. So it's got a bit of spot removal, and then it's a double striker. And it can work against unisons if your opponent's playing unisons. And then, like I said, we've got 4 copies of the Prismatic Burst Gohan, which is a counter attack. You negate, play his card, and when it's played, you can ditch a card. If you do, your opponent can only attack with battle or unison cards X amount of times, where X is the number of colours in their energy. So if they're playing a multicolour, it'll be 2. If not, it'll be 1 more attack. And then it's got a permanent of you can activate this card's count skill from your hand. If there are 3 or more black cards in your battle/energy area, and you reduce the activation card's skill by 1 black. So it just makes it easier to play out. Next we've got 3 copies of Goku Prismatic Aegis. So it's a blocker, auto if you're Bardock Xeno and you have another black multicolour in your energy. When it's played or charged, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards for 4 or less, negate its skills until the end of your opponent's turn. And then when you play it from hand, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, switch it to rest mode, and KO if it's skillless. So what you can do with this is when you play it, you can target negate skills, and then switch it to rest mode and pop it. So you can just essentially target a small thing and get rid of it, and then you have a blocker. I've reduced the number of this because we have a new Goku that I wanted to run at 4, and it just felt better to keep the balance between the colours. So, which our new Goku is this one, the Prismatic Radiance one. So again, 16k. It's got opponent. If the leader is Bardock Xeno, you reduce the energy cost of the card in hand by 1 yellow. And auto, when it's played, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, add a Super Saiyan 4 to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So it's got the same auto as our leader on the Unawakened side. And it's got active main at 1. If there are 2 or more non-black colours present among your black multicolour cards in your energy, and you bounce this back to hand, you can play a black multicolour card of cost 3 from your hand in rest mode. So we do have options, but it's primarily just going to play this because the other 2 you can play up through comboing. So, but it's a nice searcher, and then you can swing, bounce, play something new, and have it again for when you want to search again. Next we've got 4 copies of Vegeta Prismatic Aegis. So he's got crit. Again, if your leader is Bardock and you have multicolour in your energy, when you play or charge it, your opponent you choose cards from your opponent's hand, place it to the bottom, and they draw a new card. And then when you play it from your hand, you can draw 2 and send a card to the bottom of your deck. So you spin a card from your opponent's hand, and then if you've played it out, you can draw 2 and spin 1 for yourself. But you get to draw first, your opponent has to just send a card and then they draw. And then we've got 4 copies of our new Vegeta, the Prismatic Radiance. So if there are 2 or less non-black colours present among the black multicolour in your energy, reduce them by 6k, it just becomes 10k. And he's got alternate 1, when this card is played from your hand, you draw a card, then play up to 1 black multicolour battle card with an original energy cost of 2 from your hand. So all the options I've just shown you, you have. Personally I like to pick the Gohan or the new Goku because they both have really good on-play skills. And then additionally, if there are 4 more cards in your energy, you can add an energy to your hand. If you do, place one from your hand in your energy. So if you're on 4 energy, you play a card out, you then bounce an energy and place a new one. And because the energy doesn't have to come in rest mode, you can just place it straight inactive and essentially make him a 1 cost. So it's really damn good. Next we have our 3 costs. And start with, we've got 4 copies of Bardock Prismatic Aegis. So he's got Unique and Barrier. If your leader is Bardock Xeno, you reduce the energy cost of this card in hand by 1. So it becomes 2 costs like the others. And then auto, if you're Bardock Xeno, you have enough multicolour in the energy. When it's played or placed in your energy, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards or units and gets minus 2k for each card in energy. So at max it gets minus 10k. And then active battle once per turn, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and minus it by 5k. So it just does red things, basically. And then we have, which I may as well, no, okay, so we've got 3 copies of Prismatic Burst Goku and 4 copies of Prismatic Burst Vegeta. We have 4 of the Vegeta because we want to be charging more than 1 blue multicolour. And they both pretty much have the same auto. So if it is Bardock Xeno, a black Saiyan, and there's a total of 3 or more cards between, no, 3 or more energy between you and your opponent. At the end of battle, which is used as a combo, you play it from your drop and rest mode. The Goku minus negates the unison skill. The Vegeta, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, cost 3 or less, bounce it to the hand. Goku's got active main, pay a black, send this card to his warp, choose one of your black multicolour cards, energy cost 2 from your hand, play it. At the start of your next turn, add this card to your hand for your warp, and the Vegeta is the exact same. So you can play them out, do their effects, send them, play a 2 cost, get them back afterwards so they're ready to go again. And the last card of our deck is our 8-drop, which is 4 copies of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Indomitable Might. So it's got Deflect, Double Strike and 30k. When it's played, your opponent sends cards from their hand to their warp. Then you choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and you get -30 for a turn. So you do a little bit of hand disruption and then nuke 2 things. And it's got activated at 1, paying 3. If your leader is red or black Saiyan and there are 3 or more red or black Saiyans in your energy and battle area, or battle area, play this card from your hand and your leader gets 5k until the start of your next turn. So for 3 energy you get to play this out, -2 things for 30k, give your leader a buff, and then you can also make them lose a card in their hand. But thanks to our new Z battle card, you're not even paying 3 energy because you're playing this out, doing its effect, like swinging it, doing its effects, sending it, and then you just get to play out your 8 cost free of charge. So for the same amount of energy you can have 2 cards now, and that's why you just run 4 of this and not the 10 cost, because it's not really worth it anymore. I mean, it's cheap to play, but it's not really worth it. So that is it. So that is the updated Bardock Xeno. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the sub button. I'll see you next time. Bye.